everybody. I hope everyone's having a good first Sunday of the year. It has been really cloudy out here all day, and I have been waiting for the sun to come out, and it's finally out now that it's going down. So yeah, after yesterday's video, I shared a little bit how I wanted to get back into my Bible and get back into, just talking with God on a more daily basis. And God definitely spoke back to me, which I'm grateful for. And one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about today is when God says no. I have been told no quite a bit lately by people, and also by job perspectives, which is another reason why I want to get back down to Springfield, and just hopes that somebody will finally say yes. Because it sucks not working. What's funny is as I was going through my notes on my phone and also in my journals, I have this list of titles that I've been wanting to use for chapter ideas for if I ever do write a book. But God kind of gave me an idea and a focus, and he was like, you could use those as your focus for what you want to share and talk about with your videos. And one of the titles was "You Don't Take No Well," and I don't. And I haven't for a really long time, and there's a really big reason for that. The last big time that I was told no for something, which is a really big part of why I walked away from God, why I walked away from church, would have been back in 2023. It's kind of where I started my downward spiral in life. I was going through a mental health crisis, and also just dealing with a lot of the aftermath of that within my marriage, and the church leadership could see that. I had been working all year and for some time during that time, working towards a goal of leadership at my church, and more specifically our pastoral care team. Okay, guy, you can go around me. But I felt for a really long time that I was on this path, that I was on the right path that God wanted me to be on. I was really gung-ho for him. I was leading small groups, and again being mentored to take over this leadership position. And when we finally, my ex-husband and I, sat down with our church leadership, and they were like, we need you to step down. We need you to focus on yourself and your marriage. And that really pissed me off. To the point where I was really angry, not just at the people that were really close to me within the church, but also with God. Because I felt like I was doing everything right. I sit with that for a second. I wrote down some notes. I did a quick little devotional yesterday afternoon in my Bible app that pretty much talks about all the different ways and reasons why God says no. And I have it here with me, but I'm driving, so I'm not gonna look at it. leadership. Maybe a little selfishly. Not intentionally. I feel like a lot of that just came from, like, it was the first thing I felt like that I had done for myself, that I had worked for myself. I think that's why it hurt so much that it was taken away from me, because I had invested so much of myself into obtaining that position. From like being a mom and being a wife, like it was a goal that I had set for myself, and it was something that I had to work for myself. Like it wasn't just what was right in front of me. Like I really had to work for it, and I want to be that passionate again. I want to be that excited again, for life and for God and for other people. Because I know for a fact, like when I did start taking that downward spiral, especially over the last year, I was reading a prayer that I had written back in like October or November, where I was like pretty much just telling God off. And I really said to him, I was like, if you're not going to be for me, then I'm not going to be for you either. And I feel like that was like my whole mentality, like the last year or so, was like, watch me burn it to the ground, God. I don't care anymore. Which is totally like not in my character. Like that's really not who I am. And like reflecting on that, because I am a person that like dwells on my mistakes more so than I should. Yeah, like I just look back at everything that I've done and I'm just like, wow, Narelle, like you really did try to burn it all down. Like you really tried to like derail yourself and everybody around you, and how well did that work out for you? It's the new year and everybody always has like these New Year's resolutions. I haven't done a New Year's resolution for several years. I usually have done what my small group used to do, which was a word of the year, a focus for how we want to approach God and how we want God to approach us. And God gave me a word probably around November, which was transition. And I know I've been in that verses here and there throughout the last couple of years, but I know that I have not been as invested in it as I used to be, because I know, like, when I was in that period, that season of life where I was like totally for God, totally for the church and all of that, like, I was so much happier. Like, I was so much more joyful, and like, I had a drive and a passion for life, not just for myself but for other people, and I really want that back. Like, I want that joy of helping other people on their walks, and I know I can do it. I know I can be that joyful again. And I'm sure, I'm positive, like, that there will be bumps in the road as I work through a lot of my mistakes. The biggest thing is really just going to be like those human consequences for my human actions, because I know spiritually, in the spirit, like with God, like, I'm solid. But when it comes to people, those that I love, those that are close to me, like, it's gonna be a process to get back what I had before. Why does it make me want to cry? Yeah, it's gonna be some work, but I'm ready and I'm willing to do the work that I need to do, whatever that looks like. Yeah, I will probably make another video once I get back home and I take a look at my notes, because I know there was like a lot more that I wanted to say, but I can't think of any of it now. I hope you all are having just a wonderful break. I know tomorrow's Monday, kids go back to school, people go back to work, and it's the new year. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about, the new year. The fact that it's wintertime. In Native culture, the new year does not start until the springtime. The fact that we celebrate the new year in the dead of winter is insane. It's insane to me. In a lot of Native cultures, like, we take the winter time to reflect on the last year, what worked, what didn't work, and focus on what we want to do differently for the upcoming year. And I think, like, that's also a big part of why I started these videos, was because I want to take that time to reflect and share my story. Not just for personal reflection, but also one thing from, like, church life that I've learned is, like, when you share your story in a safe space, like, it gives other people the security and the safety as well to share their own stories. And as I progressed throughout the year, I